Fuck you, I'm smarter, bitch.
I can't believe you're going to rig this game.
We don't want to feel dumb anymore.
I feel so stupid right now.
We're here to find out if we're actually dumb. Don't ask us any questions.
Two bumbling morons. Fuck you, I'm smarter.
Welcome to Fuck You, I'm Smarter, the comedy game show where we compete with a guest to be crowned the smartest person in the room. Zoom, YouTube, live.
Ooh, God, that's got a nice
like-
ring to it. It
just
rolls.
like
It
roll-
trills
Ma.
right off the tongue.
Yes.
I love it.
So here we are. July 4th is over at this
Thank
point.
God.
Oof, that was
my
loud,
God.
right?
Woo,
that was
the
real.
animals hated it.
Hated it. What did you do for 4th of July?
Lindsay, let's not fool our listeners, okay? 4th of July in IRL, or in real time, rather, right now, has not actually happened. To our listeners, it
Why
has.
are we telling them this?
I think they deserve to see us make the donuts.
All right, fine.
You know what
well,
I mean?
I had a great time. Sorry you don't know what you did yet.
I know what you did last summer.
I'm going to be with you.
I'm going to be with you. We're going to drink at your pool. I mean,
Yes.
it's really no big secret.
Yeah, it's going to be great. And now that we know that our guest this week is our neighbor, maybe he wants to drink by my pool with us.
I don't know. We'll
see
find
how
out.
he-
We'll tell you next week
we'll
what happens.
Yeah, we'll see how he feels about it. Shall we get to our guest?
Let's get to him.
Let's get to our guest. I met
You're
this
great.
very funny actor, comedian, now a TikTok star. I met him
Hilarious.
before TikTok. I just want to say.
Whoa, you knew him back when?
I knew him before TikTok.
Wow. Before TikTok was even a thing? Or
Yes.
Whoa.
I mean, it's only been a thing for like not that long.
That's true.
But he's super funny. You have to check out his videos he does these ridiculous mom videos that
And they're on
trigger.
Instagram
They're
too,
triggering.
right?
They're triggering all your mom. They are on Instagram as well. Yes.
Right. For all of us old people who are still just dipping our toe into TikTok.
Yeah, I can't. I went on one day and I'm like, it's too many.
We tried to
things.
start a Kelly and Lindsay TikTok. We have a couple videos.
I'm afraid of it.
We're going to do it.
But let's talk to David about TikTok.
Yeah.
Ladies and gents.
And other things.
David Abed.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, David.
Thank you for having me.
So excited to have you. So impressed that you figured out TikTok, by the way. It's a lot of moving parts.
It's a lot, especially for old folks. I don't know how old you ladies are. I'm 37, so as a 37-year-old, I am a grandpa on TikTok. So
Yeah.
the fact
Yeah.
that any video would break through is just a true blessing.
But
But you've really, we're in the same age bracket. You have like done the thing though. So
Yes.
did you have to sit down and like say, someone show me how to do this? Did you sit down and just
Well-
like take a couple days and like, I'm figuring this out?
I'm going to plug his side hustle for a minute.
Oh, okay.
thank you.
He's an editor and does a lot of social
so-
media stuff. So
okay.
this is like his wheelhouse.
In your wheelhouse already.
You should
You're
hire
like,
him for all your editing needs.
Love it.
Social media needs. I'm
Social
like editing's
media.
like a side thing. That's mainly social media. Yes.
Got it. So you kind of knew how to navigate a little bit coming in.
Yes, I spent a lot of time concentrating on my Instagram first.
Right.
So I was doing like funny videos where I'd like argue with myself about certain topics, like mainly actor humor. And then, as you guys might have noticed, like 2 years ago, Instagram really stopped giving the love of having your post be seen. So like if you're
Yes.
getting 1,000 likes, all of a sudden you're getting 100 likes. It felt like a very lonely place all of a sudden.
Mm.
So then during the pandemic, we were all bored. I would put my stuff on TikTok, but I would never get more than 100 or 200 views. And then one day I just had an idea of a sketch of moms driving.
Yeah.
Just, that's the topic. And then I just put that up like I put up any other video. And then I woke up the next day and it was at like 40,000 views, but
Wow.
TikTok had taken it down. They
Why?
said it violated their terms of service, but the only thing I could think of is because, of course, I misspelled driving to say diving. So it said mom's diving. I don't know if they thought that. I don't know.
They were so offended by a misspelling.
They were
It
by
doesn't seem
misspelling.
right.
Sounds like one of my clients.
Yeah.
So then I sent a letter to TikTok and said, please put it back up. And then they did. And then
A
I got
letter?
an additional, well, like an email letter.
I wish it was an actual letter.
An electronic mail.
They only will take correspondence through handwriting.
Yes.
That would really lessen the amount of feedback they'd get.
That's true.
So then I ended up getting like 70,000 on that one, or 100,000, and I was like, "Oh, this is like people like this. Maybe I'll do another one." Then I had another idea of like airport pickups, moms versus dads.
Cute.
Love it.
And then I put that one up, and it got like 2 million views. And then I was just kind of like, and I knew from my social media experience, if you can find a niche.
Yeah.
And a niche isn't like be funny. That's not like a niche. That's kind of like what we all try to do. It's like something even more specific.
Yeah.
And if you can find that kind of like in a UCB class and beat that to death,
right.
that can often be a symptom of success. So I've been doing mom videos ever since. The problem is you get addicted to the likes. So you get like 5 videos that get like 300,000 likes each, and you're like, I can't go wrong. And then you get one with like 30,000, and then now you're depressed over something very stupid.
I love it.
But it keeps you making content, which I think is important.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
It is really important. It's hard to do sometimes. Like, my brain hasn't worked a lot during this pandemic, and it's like the fact that you're keeping your brain going and the comedy alive. Like, kudos to you, man, because it was definitely a rough time for that. For me,
it was.
At least. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think we all hit the writer's block. I mean, I'm sure anyone that writes knows you can go 2 weeks without an idea, then you can wake up and write something in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So
well, I'm waiting for the 5 minutes.
Waiting for our 5 minutes. Yeah.
I'm like really waiting. I put a note in my phone yesterday. Can something just happen, please? Like, and I meant like inside of my brain.
Right.
Like I was just feeling. Like, what is happening inside of that? Like, where is it? Where's the brain?
Where is my brain?
Where is my brain? So where are you from?
From Michigan, a little small town called Grand Ledge. And they call it that because it's the only place in Michigan where you can go, I'm blanking. What do you call it when you like climb a mountain with rope?
Oh, like
climbing?
Is that
climbing? He couldn't be thinking of climbing. Climbing. They shot Red Dawn there, the remake, and so it's a very small farm.
I'm sorry,
they
shot
Red Dawn.
I'm sorry, they shot what there?
Called Red Dawn. It was like a.
Oh, we heard Dong, D-O-N-G. I don't know why. Dong. That's what we both heard. Am I right?
I heard Dong.
I'm like, okay, you're telling us about your favorite porn?
Yeah. You're like, this is going to get weird fast.
Yeah.
Red Dawn.
Like, it's just saying it like everybody knows what that is.
Right. Like, no, Red Dawn, the popular.
Right.
Climbing porn.
Right.
Ooh,
climbing porn.
Now there's a niche.
That sounds kind of hot. Climbers are usually hot, and so something you guys can. Hopefully, that can get the creative juices that you weren't
Great
getting
upper body
before
strength.
going. I'm
I think maybe we need to go.
I guess we're writing the screenplay for Red Dong tonight. That's
oh
it's
my god! It's
definitely like one of those porn names for movies.
Yeah.
Wait, what was your little town called?
Grand Ledge.
Grand Ledge.
Was there a very high, large ledge?
Wow.
Well, there's a river that runs through it, and
that's
so I
also
would
a
imagine
movie.
That's right. Only movie references from here on out while we talk. But most of the town is just like a farming manure. Like you smell manure in the farming season, and there's like when I was little, there was just a McDonald's and one grocery store. Now it's getting a little bigger, but yeah, small town.
Wow.
And then I moved out of that, and I went to the University of Michigan, and then I moved to LA. I've been here ever since.
Were you a theater major at University of Michigan?
I was.
They have a really good program there, don't they? Am I thinking
the musical theater program? The musical theater program was kind of had the most famous people, and then the years I went, we have two like Darren Criss and another guy, Jimmy Wolk, and some other people. Since then, there's been more stars that are coming out of it. It was fine, but like it focused on theater, and who among us is still really concentrating on like breathing through our anus as a warm up.
Right.
So it's
every day. Kelly breathes through her anus.
I'm talking to the right people.
Every day.
I
you
do
have very
remember
great
that.
Skin.
Thank you. Yeah, it's from
and
coming
because
I'm breathing up
breathing.
from the anus. It's
Yeah, she doesn't
You're sucking
breathe
the air from
out
the
of
bottom
her
of it.
anus.
I breathe up.
She breathes
Yeah,
up into the anus through the mouth.
I've heard that about you, and let me just say I'm a fan.
Thank you.
I mean, her
Yeah,
breath
you got
smells like butt, but like
No one
sometimes
on the set
you
of
gotta,
Red
like,
Dawn complained at all.
Well, since we've been wearing the masks, who knew anyway?
knew?
You've been keeping that butt breath to yourself.
butt breath.
Oh my god.
So
Let me ask you, will
Yes.
you be wearing masks in grocery stores?
I
Yeah,
am still
I'm still doing that.
I am
Yeah,
still.
for
Still
sure.
wearing masks in grocery
I don't
stores?
want to.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's the Delta variant. There's people who are
Right.
still unvaccinated. Yada yada hoo ha. I'm
It's
just
a personal
on an indoor
choice.
sit.
Yeah.
In an indoor sitch, like
I don't
in
judge
a public
people.
place. Yeah, indoors I will.
I don't judge people when I see them in
But
the
not
grocery
among
store.
friends.
Among friends, no, because
I think I
no,
know where
we're
everyone's
fine. Most
been
people,
and what they've done. And
most of my friends have been
vaccinated.
and
but I mean,
if not,
I've
we'll have
been
a conversation. But
pretty optimistic this whole. I haven't been like a COVID
Same.
doomer, but the Delta variant is not sounding good to me. And the fact that we did get a message like wear your masks inside, I feel like
Right.
that's a tap to be like wear your fucking masks.
yeah,
inside.
just like let's not
Right.
Yeah.
let's not pretend it's completely over. Like let's not go from like 0 to 100. Let's
Yeah, I
still-
don't think
Right.
they
Yeah.
want to create panic or
Yeah,
like
I'm not panicked, but I'm still
like
gonna
close
you know.
stores again because I don't think they'll do that again because they'll just
Yeah.
let people die. But I do think when they say like wear your masks inside, they know that we should be wearing our masks inside.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
Got
At
it.
least
Well,
right
I don't mean
now.
to make this political. I just like to know what people are
Yeah.
We get political on here sometimes. An
Oh,
episode
God. I don't know
doesn't
what
go
the
by.
boundaries are.
An
No.
episode doesn't go by that we don't talk about FDR.
Yes,
He's our favorite.
we always talk about FDR. We're very topical on
He's the
this
best.
podcast. Yes. No, I think, but I don't like. I went to Gelson's and people weren't wearing masks, and I wasn't like, oh my god. Like I think it's
I'm
fine
not
if
as
that's what
scared
you want to do.
personally anymore because I've been vaccinated, so I'm not like walking by people holding my breath who aren't wearing masks
Right,
anymore.
right.
You know, but
Which I have done when it was really bad.
Yeah.
I
oh,
did some breath
totally,
holding.
Yeah.
totally.
You're like-
I would walk by someone and hold my breath, especially if they're like,
Right.
you know,
You're
like-
like, but
But
yeah.
anyway, yeah.
I mean,
I didn't mean to derail you.
No.
I just had
No,
that
you're
thought.
fine.
No.
There's no train.
I was just
There's
gonna.
no derailing.
There's no.
I was gonna ask
We're
you.
loose-goose.
A little kid growing up in this little small town where it's mostly like spelunking and
Spelunking. Ooh, I think
Spelunking
that's
is different.
caves. That's
Oh,
going
it is.
down,
But yeah, I
and
like
climbing
that
is
idea.
going up.
but like, how did you know you wanted to move to LA and like be in the business of entertainment?
An interesting thing about Grand Ledger's outside of Lansing. Lansing is the capital of Michigan.
Heard of it.
Oh, which was going to be one of the questions that I set for you, but we've ruined it now.
Oh
Boo.
God
We'll find
damn
a
it!
different state.
Lansing.
I know.
All right.
Lansing. Would you have known that?
No,
Maybe
we've talked about it on
No.
this
We've
podcast
done-
before, so I know it when you say it.
because Rachel, our
Ah.
friend Rachel, who did our show, is from Michigan. That was a while ago though, and I think she asked us.
she
that
may have
question.
asked us that.
Okay, because
maybe I asked you
people
that
think
question.
Detroit.
Right.
But anyway, Lansing has the most community theater grouping out of anywhere
Oh wow!
in the state, if not like the region.
Oh,
so
cool.
there was like 4 community theaters, including a children's theater. So you could only act in it if you were under 18. So from the time I was like 14, I was in plays constantly, all the
Oh,
time.
awesome.
And I was also, I think I sent this to you, a magician
Yes.
and a clown.
Mhm.
So I was doing a lot of performing.
Okay, this is a really good segue for one of my games.
Okay, great.
Can I
mean,
go?
me
Okay,
too,
great.
but that's fine. You go.
Okay, so I would like to take us to. We're starting in first period with an elective.
Okay. Love an
Okay.
elective in the morning.
We
I
are.
can be late to it.
Mm.
Are we?
Oh, yeah.
Are we ready to play? Are we ready to get into it?
Let's do it.
Fuck you, I'm smarter.
All right, we're gonna
Yes.
go to magic class.
Ooh, magic class.
Magic
We're
class.
going to magic class.
Wow.
Now,
Watch me disappear.
David, you were a magician.
Watch my career disappear. Okay, go ahead.
Didn't.
And you said in your like prelim notes that you even joined a circus. So I want to talk
Yeah.
a little bit about that. Before I do, did you know that magicians take an oath? Did you know this?
To not like reveal their
Yes.
secrets.
Did you take the oath that you would not reveal any of your secrets?
I think internally I took the oath, but I never
Never
book
put the
in
hand on the book. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you have to put your hand on? What's the book?
Probably maybe you would put it on at like one of a wand.
Oh, okay.
Or a hat, or like a
bunny.
bunny or
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Right.
Or a flower that shoots out water.
So talk to us
Acid.
about the magician era
That's more
of
of a
your
clown
life.
thing.
How old were you?
Well, you have to understand that my uncle was the president of the Michigan Society of Magicians.
Wow.
So-
It's in your blood.
It's in the blood. I injected it.
Wow.
So growing
I'm
up,
sorry, I didn't know we were
he would
talking
do-
to royalty right now.
I didn't want you to treat me differently, knowing that.
Wow.
So he would do like shows during family gatherings, and his kid, my cousin, 1 year younger than me, so he was really into it, and so this all got fed my way. So I would see him do tricks, and every Christmas I'd get a few new magic tricks, or he'd give me some, and so that's how it kind of started.
Wow. And then how long were you in the circus?
Well, so these are two different things, if you can believe it. So there's this side, and then the children's theater I was in had the clown class. And then, so you would take the clown class, you would you would make your own costume, which I did. You would develop what your face is going to look like and your name. I was Spiffo, the clown. And then, so through them, we would do park parties and book fairs. And then when the circus would come to Lansing, they would invite local clowns to be in the circus while the circus was in town. So basically we'd hop in, we'd be the guy, we'd practice simple skits and just kind of walk around the circus. And then when the circus leaves, obviously we stay behind. They'd have 4 or 5 professional clowns that moved, but we were just local clowns.
I took a
Don't sell
clowning
yourself
class.
short. A local clown is the best kind of clown.
Yeah.
Thank you.
A Lansing local clown.
A Lansing local.
The alliteration.
I was in a clowning class in college, and
Another alliteration.
so
Same.
Spiffy, it was nice to pumpkin grapes
Spiffo.
was my Spiffo.
Pumpkin grapes.
Pumpkin
Oh.
grapes. Yep.
I see it was a pumpkin grapes.
Thank you.
If your AIM was pumpkin grapes, I'd be like, yeah, I get that. I get why
get
she called
it.
herself
I
pumpkin
totally
grapes.
get it.
Yeah.
Well, we were about to do some fucking magic right now.
shit.
Are you ready?
I'm
to
ready.
do-
Wow.
Yeah,
The
we're about to
segues
do
here are on
some
point.
magic. Okay, so we're gonna play a game called Hocus Pocus. Please focus on this quiz.
You're such a moron. I love
Nailed
you.
it.
Nailed it.
God,
Okay,
you're great.
I'm gonna start with Dave. I'm calling him Dave this question. We'll see if we get to
Okay.
David.
I thought he said we could
Okay.
only call him Dave if things got really dark.
No, David is when it gets dark. I thought.
When we're upset with you, like we're your mom.
David?
That is what my mom.
David.
David?
Yeah.
Should I change? Should I
bring
change
back
the
some
board
memories.
to Dave?
No, we like it there. It
Okay.
looks nice, and you guys have really nice handwriting.
Thank you.
That's Kelly. All right, Dave.
Yeah.
Did you know that it is illegal in Queensland, Australia, to own a blank unless you can prove you are a magician? Okay?
Oh my God.
Whoa.
Is it
Queensland, Australia.
Queensland, Australia? Is it A, a rabbit, B, a dove, or C, juggling pins? Illegal in Queensland, Australia.
Whoa.
I will. So my head went. I've been on 3 reality dating shows, so I really understand that you're supposed to talk about the process that you're thinking about. So I'm thinking, I have initially thought
We're going to talk about that in recess.
Yeah, we are.
Correct. My mind initially went to rabbits because I thought, but then you said doves. And I thought, oh, that's interesting because owning a dove is kind of weird. Owning a rabbit is kind of like it's pretty common.
Yeah.
I'm going to say dove.
That is incorrect. Kelly,
Whoa.
do you want to try to steal?
Well, since he really just put me off the notion that it's rabbits because of his internal monologue, I'm going to say juggling pins.
That is incorrect, you guys.
You
It's
can't have a rabbit?
Yes.
A rabbit?
Yes.
Queensland.
What the hell?
Unless they are being used for research, which is gross,
Aw,
or
babies.
you can prove you are a magician. They're a pest and they eat the vegetation. They're not like a natural like species to that
they're like a
area.
What if you
danger,
so
kind
you
of.
can't have one even inside in like a or
No.
like in your yard?
They don't want them eating those seeds. They don't want
Wow.
them damaging vegetation, trees,
It's kind of like
shrubs.
owning a tiger. Like, it's probably going to be okay, but it may get out and ruin everything.
Yes.
Right.
And one
Got
got
it.
out
Okay.
in like Atlanta. There was a wild
I
animal.
saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A tiger?
I think it was a tiger. Yeah.
Like an illegal tiger.
Oh no! I hope they saved it.
They did.
They did.
They wound up
Did
saving
it go
It's okay.
not back to the people that owned it? Who
They
were probably
shouldn't. No, they didn't get it
shouldn't
back.
I think it went back
Okay,
to Tigerland.
Yeah.
just
Tigerland
back
and
to
then it's safe.
time.
Yeah.
the tiger sanctuary in
Yeah.
our dreams. Okay, perfect.
That's right,
Yeah.
in your dreams.
Yeah.
Kelly, let's talk about David Copperfield.
Oh God, I thought you'd never ask.
Oh, I met him.
When?
Can I say 2 quick things about David
Yeah,
Copperfield?
Please.
Yeah.
One, because of my uncle, when he came to Detroit, we got tickets to the show, and they surprised me afterwards. David Copperfield came out. He met a group of us. I was
Yes.
one, and like shook our hands.
Wow.
Amazing.
So big moment. Fast forward 20 years. I'm dating a girl in LA, my first girlfriend, and she tells me she used to date David Copperfield. What are the chances?
Whoa, that's so cool.
Wait.
Yeah.
I'm having like a flashback of you telling me that because
Oh.
I dated someone whose ex-girlfriend dated oh my god,
Penn and
my
Teller?
boyfriend. My boyfriend.
Who boyfriends?
The one it's weird, but he looks like my dad. Jeff
David
Goldblum.
Blaine?
Jeff Goldblum.
Oh,
And
Jeff Goldblum.
Who dated?
I have
wait,
this like
Who
very
dated Jeff Goldblum?
Douchton's ex-girlfriend dated
Oh.
around the time I met you. The guy that I was dating,
Douchton.
his ex-girlfriend dated Jeff Goldblum.
Goldblum.
And
Jeff Goldblum.
I feel like we had this
We might have
conversation.
shared this story.
Yes.
We probably did, because that would have been closer to when I was dating this girl
Yeah. Wow, that's
Wow,
so
wow.
weird.
as well. I just opened up a piece of your brain.
You
that
did.
Forgot was
I
there.
forgot. I used my brain.
You used your brain.
My brain. Okay.
New script.
It took me a minute though. All right, Kelly.
Yes.
David Copperfield and his 2 assistants were robbed at gunpoint
No.
in 2006.
Woo. Are
But
they over it?
the renowned magician was able to blank in order to protect him, his assistants, and his possessions.
Oh, he made them all disappear.
That's my question. Did he A, make the possessions disappear? B, make his assistants carrying the goods disappear?
Ooh.
Or C, handcuff the thieves in just a few seconds using his major magical skills?
Huh. I'm going to say he handcuffed them.
That is incorrect.
Damn it.
Dave, do you want to try to
Wow.
steal?
I was going to go handcuff too. So the options are he made the possessions disappear or the assistants disappear?
Yes.
Wow.
And does it say where this took place?
No, but I have a
It
source.
was on stage in Las
I'm
Vegas.
saying, like, if it's on stage, I'll say the possessions.
That is correct.
Wow.
Of course.
Yes. So he was able to use sleight of hand to
Okay,
trick
that
the
makes sense.
thieves
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
that
they
makes
couldn't
sense.
see the possessions.
Wow.
Wow. Who knew?
What
Who-
were the possessions?
I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, you would think
The
like they always have
wristwatch?
like jewels and like all sorts of like little ditties. And I would
Trinkets?
think too-
Ditties. Yeah, they have little ditties.
Ditties.
Dangling ditties.
Yeah,
I
dangling.
feel like ditties are songs.
They
aren't
are.
they?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
just,
but
yeah.
we're called. Okay.
It's Lindsay.
Look.
Lindsay's brain just started working again. Don't
One
like, yeah. You know.
little
I'm happy I can be part
step
of that.
at a time.
Yeah.
Thank you. Okay.
All right.
I feel like Dave's going to know this one. So,
Okay.
Dave, you have a point. Your
Oh.
first point of the game. Okay. You just got
Feels
a point.
good.
All right. Which one of these statements is true? A. Intellectual property law doesn't cover magic tricks. B, intellectual property law does cover magic tricks. C, magic tricks are patentable to protect people from knowing how the trick works.
Oh, I see what we're talking about. Give me say the first one again.
Intellectual property law doesn't cover magic tricks, or
I see.
intellectual property law does cover magic tricks. So
Wait, so what's the difference between intellectual property law and a patent?
That's a really good question. I don't know.
Okay.
I think one
Okay,
you
I get-
can
One
make
you
your
own.
own. Like you can. A lot of people can have a patent for the same thing. I think, or similar things. And I think intellectual property, like you can sue someone for doing the same thing as you.
Oh, interesting. Okay, boy, interesting. I feel like, does the first guy who invented something get money for it? I don't think he does. So I would say, wait, what was the third one? You can patent
You can
tricks?
patent it so people will never know like how your trick works.
Oh, I don't even think you can do that. I'm going to say B. You can't do anything.
You think it doesn't cover magic tricks?
That's right.
Yeah, that's correct. So
Yes!
Nice.
you can patent
you.
your magic trick, but
Oh.
anyone that figures out how you did it can go around town like exploiting all your
And that's
shit.
why there's no point in doing it.
You can't protect it. You really can't protect it, and there's no law against like just
I guess unless you're like Copperfield, where you make something that's so complicated that you'll never figure it
Right.
out unless you want to buy it.
right. Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right. Kells bells.
Yeah.
So 2-0.
2-0,
Thanks.
baby.
Got it.
Thanks.
All right.
Just a reminder.
Yeah, I just want to know who's in charge here. Okay.
It's okay. Marsha's keeping score.
Marcia's here. She's feeling better. All right, Kelly.
Yes.
There was a magician by the name of Jasper Maskelyne who used magic to help fight against the Nazis in World War II.
Whoa.
Which one of these was not a real way he fooled the Nazis with illusions? Which one of these
Oh.
is not real?
What a great use for magic, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's
Wow.
actually several people in history that have done this.
This is a new fascination of mine.
Okay.
Wow.
He used mirrors to divide searchlights into 24
Ooh.
spinning beams to blind and distract enemy pilots.
That's got to be right because you did not make that up.
Right.
He created a so-called sun shield that disguised tanks as just pedestrian trucks. Or he created the illusion of charging troops using mirrors and only a few dummies.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still gonna go with the first one.
You think that one's not true?
Oh.
Which one's not
It's which one's
true?
not true.
Oh.
Which one's not true? So the searchlight, the sun shield, or the charging troops?
The sun shield.
That is incorrect. Dave, do you want to try to steal?
I would have said Sunshield too. That was the Sunshield tank one.
Mm-hmm. So it's
So that
either
one's real.
charging troops. That one's real.
I need to see a visual of the sun shield. I'm
Yeah,
kind of
where's these
confused
invisible
about.
tank things now?
So he put a what does that mean? Do you
I
know?
don't know. I'm not a
Okay.
magician.
She's not a historian.
Look up
She's not a
Jasper
historian.
Maskelyne. It's Maskelyne.
It looked like he had. It looked like there were
He was
regular.
able to like blind with some sort of a sun shield, so a tank just looked like a truck was coming. So when they saw it, they didn't think that anything bad was happening. It was just a pedestrian truck. So which one do you
So
think
what
it
was the
was,
first
Dave?
one?
It's either he used the mirrors to make more lights, searchlights, to blind enemy troops.
You said it like divided a light
It
or something.
divided a
and, like,
light into like 24 beams. Or he created the illusion of charging troops by just using a few dummies, and then he used mirrors to project.
I say that one.
That is correct. That is incorrect.
Nice.
But what he did do was he created the illusion of a German warship on the Thames River using mirrors and a model. So he took like a model ship
Wow.
and he
Wow.
used mirrors, and it looked like a ship was coming towards them. Isn't that crazy?
That's so cool.
I
That is
know.
crazy.
And
That's nuts.
I looked for more sources because I was like, is this real? And he was kind of he liked to brag a lot about all the things he did, but he was a part of some war in Africa as well. They used him for something. So he definitely,
Smart.
he definitely helped.
Wow.
Okay. That was Kelly's question. So Dave.
Yeah.
Magician comedian Penn Jillette created and patented a blank to help arouse women. Did he invent
Oh boy.
A magical dildo with a big lube gun?
Ooh.
What?
B,
I hope you guys get some sponsorships.
I know, a magical hot tub with a jet aimed right at her no-no spot? Or C, a remote control vibrator that works by voice command? Penn Jillette.
That's from Penn and Teller. I know he has a sex dungeon in his house.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Which one is he?
He's the big one?
He's the taller one.
Okay.
The one that speaks.
The one that speaks.
So we have a remote control vibrator, a magical dildo, or a hot tub with a no-no spot.
Yeah.
I'll say voice control. I'll say, I don't know what would make a dildo magical. I'll say the voice control.
That is incorrect.
That was my guess too.
Oof.
Really?
Yeah.
Callie, do you want to try to steal?
So it's something that shoots out. What is it? Can you say it
It's
again?
a magical hot tub jet
Hot tub
aimed
jet.
right at her no-no spot.
Or
A remote control vibrator that works by voice command.
no, that was the one you said was
or
That's what
a
I said.
magical dildo with a lube gun.
A lube gun?
There's some sort of trigger and the lube
I'll
shoots
take that
out.
one.
That's incorrect.
Oh, it's the hot tub.
He did a hydrotherapeutic stimulator, which has jets like up the butthole, in the vagina. Like there's all these jets to like arouse her tetas. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, I guess that sounds nice.
It does. It really does. Okay, Callie, last
right.
question.
Red dong. Red dong.
Ralph Biala was a German magician who was famous for performing the bullet catch using his teeth.
Whoa.
Okay. He was seriously injured 9 times, but he eventually
Like
died.
getting shot down the throat.
He would catch the bullet in his teeth.
Right. So how was he injured?
So this is how he died. He fell off a cliff due to dizziness after performing the trick. B, he was shot in the neck and they hit a, how do you say that? I spelt it wrong. Is it a carotid artery?
Carotid?
Carotid artery?
Carotid.
Or he
Carotid.
died carotid?
I think so.
Or C,
think
he died
Together
of
we'll figure it out.
a heart disease due to tooth decay.
Huh.
I mean, the obvious one would be that he got shot in the throat.
That would be
Yeah.
obvious.
Wouldn't it be obvious? I'm going to go with heart disease.
That is incorrect.
Damn it!
Dave, do you want to try to steal? Last magic question.
I like that you give me the option to steal as if I say, no,
You know
I don't
what?
think
I'm
so. Good. I guess I'm gonna say the neck. got shot
No,
in
you
the neck.
guys.
He fell off a cliff?
He would like suffer from dizziness because his brain was rattled so many
Yeah,
times.
because his brain was like, what the fuck are you doing?
He literally died by falling off a cliff. After all that, you guys. After all that.
Wow.
Isn't
That's
that
wild.
incredible?
Oh, poor guy.
That's super wild.
Poor guy.
What was your biggest trick?
What was do you mean like size-wise? Or just most popular trick?
Yes, the physically largest trick.
Yeah, we don't care about how popular anything was.
We don't care about how cool it was.
I didn't have any huge tricks because they were all pretty portable. Bigger were like one was called like hippity hop rabbits, where you'd have like a black rabbit and a white rabbit kind of on like a post, and then you put a cover over it. You turn it around, and then it looks like the black rabbit's on this side, now the white one, and everyone would be like, "It's on the other side!" And then you turn it around again, and the black rabbit and the white is switched, and they're like, just turn it around. And so then you take it and then you like put it against your chest. And you mean like, oh, turn it around like this. And then you like turn around and they're like, no, turn the post around.
I love it.
And then you go, oh, like, then you go like, turn it like up like this way. And
Upside
they're like,
down.
no, see the back. And then you turn the back and it's orange and green on the back. So, the backs were different colors.
Wow.
So they're like, oh my God. So that's one. Then another one, which was it's a pretty famous one, is the bottle trick. So you have like a cylinder with a bottle in it. And you call someone else up. And so we both place a bottle on the cylinder. It's like a beer bottle.
Okay.
And you say like 1, 2, 3, and then you lift it up. And his will be facing one way and mine will be facing the other way. And then so the trick is no matter if we start the same, I either am the same or different from him. It's like up to what I decide. So you just make him look like a big idiot.
Got it.
The whole time. And then another one was a finger chopping. It's like the head chopping trick, but it was for a finger. Those were the biggest ones.
I think you should bring these back.
I have some here.
If TikTok doesn't work out, bring out those magic rabbit hippity hops.
TikTok has some pretty amazing magicians. If you ever are on TikTok, just search magicians.
Okay.
And there's some pretty talented people.
All right.
I think your mom character should get into magic.
Oh my God,
idea,
that's
actually.
a great idea.
She's like, oh, my son left these things or something. He was into magic when he was a kid. She's like trying to connect back to his youth.
I like that, and which she always is trying to connect back to my youth. So
now, is that character based on your mom? Is that like inspired by life?
Of course, she makes it. Yeah. Oh, all the ideas are almost direct quotes.
I love
I mean, at this point, we've had to push it a little further. But we did a TikTok live last month when she visited. And it was a big hit.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
That's so cute.
Yeah, she was like all nervous and like doing her hair and like but then she was loving that so many people were like, you seem like the best mom, and she felt very validated.
I love that.
So cute.
That is really cool.
It was cute.
Is that up? Can we watch that now?
Can you watch old lives? I don't think you can.
Sometimes
I don't
save
know.
And you could share.
I don't know about TikTok. On Instagram, if you post it, it will be there, but I don't know if
I think
it's the
it does
same.
say 2 lives at the top.
Okay, so we can maybe try to see.
It was a popular one.
That's cute.
All right. Well, on theme, sort of.
Oh, no.
Should we go to circus class?
Oh, my God. We're doing circus class?
We're doing circus
Great.
class.
I can't wait.
What an episode.
I love a circus.
What a day at school.
Starting with the fun ones. Can't wait for the Cold War after recess.
No, and I'm doing chemistry. Should we get chemistry out of the way?
Yeah.
All right, we'll get chemistry out of the way.
Yes,
and then we'll go back. Then we know we have the circus to look for. We can run away with the circus at
chemistry.
the end.
Oh, there it is.
All right, there it is. This class is called Chemistry for Stupid Kids. She hates my names.
Here I am.
Here we are.
Lindsey. Okay. So this isn't I have a question. So you're both answering the questions. This is when you need your pen and paper.
Wait, why did you do chemistry? Is he good at chemistry?
No, he hates chemistry, so that's why I chose him.
Oh, no. Okay, great. I'm in good company.
But it's for stupid kids. This is chemistry, literally from like a website that is chemistry for children. Like this is, it's for kids, so it's very basic. So this is I have a question. So we're going to need you to write down your answers, and then you'll show them and we'll read it out loud.
Great.
So you're both answering all the questions. Number 1. Okay. What is chemistry?
Are we just getting like what's the closest answer to this?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
I'll start off the sentence for you. Chemistry is the branch of science that studies
I have an answer.
Okay, I have an answer too.
Okay.
All right. Let's go with our guest first, Dave.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. I said, can you read the intro and I'll finish it?
Chemistry is the branch of science that studies
the elements and how they interact.
Somebody
very good. Very
took
good.
his smart pills this morning.
Lindsey Gentile.
Can you please read it and I will answer it?
Chemistry is the branch of science that studies
Chemical reactions and how relationships work, like mine and Kelly's.
Ooh, I like that.
Wow.
I think you both get a point.
Because we have chemistry.
We do have
This
chemistry.
is more personal.
It
Yeah.
is, and that goes right to the heart, and therefore you get a point. I'm biased. Sorry.
When you
But
don't
both
know,
get a
you
point.
just
You both
butter
get a
them
point.
up.
Exactly.
You just
exactly.
butter them up.
Chemistry is the
How-
branch.
No, go ahead. You read the answer first.
Chemistry is the branch of science that studies the properties of matter and how matter interacts with energy.
Wow.
Mine was pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
Pretty close.
Wow.
Very good.
You switch an element with the matter.
Yeah.
But elements are involved, so you
They're
weren't
involved.
wrong.
Now, how many years have you two been friends?
Too many.
So many years. I wish you
11?
you were a few
12?
minutes late and we were literally on the Zoom like
Having an argument.
not having a fight, but like upset about a vacation we're taking together. It's like that level.
Oh.
Yeah, we're pretty-
We're going to Costa Rica and there's a problem.
It's not a problem.
Okay.
There's no problem.
There's a problem. I would
There's a
say
problem.
12 years, probably.
yeah.
12 years.
Cute.
Yeah.
I just did a Boston trip with my friend, and we celebrated 20 years.
Wow.
And he bought me the same. He bought us both Hawaiian shirts, and it was just to like buy us both Hawaiian shirts, just to wear them to the base to Fenway. But then we were like, we should have a reason we're wearing the same shirts. And then I was like, well, we are like I think on our 20th.
Anniversary.
So then wherever we went, we told people this. The reaction, we got free drinks. Everyone thought, so
I love
my
that.
tip to you is wear same shirts
Yes.
in Costa Rica,
Yeah.
and then tell
It's our
everybody it's your friend
anniversary.
anniversary.
That's
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
cute.
It's a good idea.
I love it.
I love it.
That's adorable.
Just a free tip.
All right, thank
Love
you. But you don't get any points for that, although it was a great,
Okay.
great idea. But I'm
extra
glad that
credit.
you have chemistry with your friend.
Yeah,
But
thank
you
you.
can't avoid it any longer. Question number
Okay.
2, you're still in class. How
Okay.
can you tell the difference between acids and bases?
Oh, I know this one. I know this one.
How can you tell the difference between acids and bases? I'll give you a clue. Acids and bases are 2 special kinds of chemicals. Almost all liquids are either acids or bases to some degree.
That's
That's
your
my
clue.
Whether a liquid is an acid or a base depends on...
I know this one. I got this.
Yeah. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Depends on. Okay.
All right.
Uh-huh. All right, go ahead, Lindsay.
I want Lindsay to go first.
I wrote pH balances tell the truth. Also, there's a litmus test.
What's the litmus test?
I don't know. I just remember there being a litmus test during this time of my
What
life.
is a litmus test?
There's like a little thing.
It's like if
and
they're
you
for abortion.
stick it in a thing. Oh, that's not
Oh,
what I
like
was
if you're
thinking
choosing
of.
a jury.
Yeah.
Supreme Court.
You're like-
the Supreme Court. Right. So let's
Yeah, like, oh, they're against abortion. They're not. We
Ooh.
can't.
Right,
No, we're not going to want
yeah.
them on here.
pH balances. There's a scale, and it's like if they're from this number
Yeah.
to this number,
Mhm.
it's an acid. If it's from this number to this number, it's a base.
The pH scale. Yeah, that is how you determine how acidic or basic a liquid is. That's how you determine it. But you didn't really tell me what it is. Like, what is it?
Oh.
You know what I mean? But you knew that there was a pH.
Well, let's see what Dave has to say
Sure.
about
Okay.
this.
Yeah. We'll see who got closer. Mm-hmm.
I don't think mine's very right.
Okay. What'd you say?
I said the elasticity and speed of the atoms involved.
Whoa.
Wow. Interesting. I'm not sure what you were thinking
Yeah.
of, but not in this
Me
case.
either.
But
Got it.
Great.
I
though.
understand what your brain was
Of
doing.
course. Yeah. That's.
I was just picturing like acid things being
things,
like
like,
that,
moving.
and
Really
base
fast,
things being
yeah.
like
You
that.
know what?
Yeah.
You
That's
honestly
more
could
hot
be.
and cold.
You could be right, but for this kid's
Right.
website, they didn't get into all that.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
Lindsay, you get the point for that one.
Wow. Don't mean to brag.
So whether a liquid is an acid or a base depends on the types of ions in it. If it has a lot of hydrogen ions, then it's an acid. If it has a lot of hydroxide ions, then it is a base.
Whoa.
If I would have said ions instead of atoms, I wouldn't have been
I'm
that far
telling
off.
you, I knew. Like, I feel like that's what your brain was doing. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
But it
I
doesn't
knew
say
there was-
any.
I was trying-
It doesn't say anything here from the kids' website about how fast they were moving. So I can't determine whether or not you're
It's clear that
right.
I'm wrong.
Okay.
No, it's
But
clear
if
that
you
I'm wrong.
said
but I'm just-
ions,
If you said the word
If I
ions,
said
you would have
ions,
gotten
you would have
it.
gotten
I
a
should have gotten
point
a point.
because
100%.
then we'd be like,
Because
"Ooh,
when's
that
the
word
last
is
time
in the
any of us said
answer."
ion?
Well,
Yeah.
you
Wow.
live and you learn.
Living there.
Number 3 for both of you. What is organic chemistry? What is organic chemistry?
Organic chemistry.
I'm so glad you asked this.
Are you?
Yeah.
Should I give you a hint?
Sure.
Sure.
Organic chemistry is the study of compounds that contain a certain element. What element is it?
Okay. I have 2 answers.
You do?
Yeah. I have 2 answers.
Are either of them right? Well, we'll
No.
see. Yeah.
I'll say carbon.
Ding, 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 ding. That is correct.
He got that right?
Yeah.
Oh my God. You get 2 points. That's insane.
Great.
Are you kidding
Give him
me?
2 points.
That is insane.
Are you kidding me? Okay.
We're carbon-based life forms.
Holy shit balls. What does that even
I was just trying
mean?
to think of like when they talk about like Mars
Yep.
and things like that. I feel like they do say
a lot of carbon
Carbon.
talk. There's a lot of carbon
Yeah.
Because
talk.
that's our main element, and that is like the main element of living things.
Whoa. Well, I don't know, but I've seen it at Whole Foods. That's not right.
Because it's organic.
Organic.
Good
I
girl.
thought you had 2
There
things.
she
So you
is.
had
What's
two
The
the
things.
other
other
one?
one was when you gave us the hint, I wrote plant matter.
Oh. You gave him 2
What does
points. I'll give
plant
you 1.
matter?
Give you 1.
Plant matter is like the green
Plant-
stuff that gets on
All
your jeans.
plants matter.
Oh, wow.
That's
That's
what it
true.
meant.
I'm going to give you...
Political podcast.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Mhm.
All right, guys. Oh, here's a follow-up question. Number 4. Oh, no, never mind. We already answered that.
Fuck number 4.
Yeah, I already answered it. I said, why is carbon important? And carbon is because it's the basis of all life on Earth.
You said it.
La-di-da-di-doo-di-da. Number 5. Here we go. This is for you, Dave. Well, it's for you too, but you were talking about atoms earlier. What's an atom? Goo.
What is an atom?
What is
Wow.
an atom?
Wow.
Does this one get a hint too? Like an atom is.
Atoms are extremely small.
That is true.
That is true. That was actually my answer, so I guess it needs more than that.
Atoms fit together with other atoms.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They bond.
Hmm.
They bond.
What is an atom? Any old answer will do.
Oh my
Remember,
God.
this is for kids, so it doesn't have to be super
Right.
technical.
Right. Even though carbon.
But you do get extra points if you know the particles, the basic particles that make an atom, but you don't have to.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Who goes first, Lindsay?
I'll go.
Okay.
I just said it's so small,
Mm.
and it's small, and it's energy, and also the name of an ex-boyfriend of mine,
I don't think his name was
Oh.
ATOM.
Adam.
All right, it's small and
There's
it's
a lot
energy.
Of, there's a lot
You're
of
right.
ex-boyfriend talk.
You're right.
Yeah.
All right,
Adam.
Dave.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a
I
different.
kind of have. That was a different one.
Yeah.
I have 2 things that I want to say.
Hmm.
One, is it the building block of all things? Is that a true statement?
Oh.
But it might not be the answer.
What's your other one?
the other?
Yeah.
The other one would have been, and I don't even know how to. I'm reading it. I didn't even write it down. I'm pretending I'm reading it. Is it like when like a positive and negative ions meet? Something
Now
like that
you're
in
into the
regard?
ions thing, but I think that there's some truth to that. Maybe
That is a thing.
I think that's an ion thing, is positive and negative.
Mm.
Batteries.
Because the
batteries,
atoms
yeah.
have electrons, protons, and neutrons, and some of those are like positively charged and some are negatively charged. So
That's
there's
it,
definitely
right. That's
something
what I
to
was
that.
thinking.
Wow.
And what did you say? What was your first answer?
I just said the building block of all things.
And here's the answer. The atom is the basic building block for all matter in the universe.
Yes!
Oh my This
Ding,
game
ding, ding, ding,
is
ding, 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 ding,
over.
ding, ding,
This is
ding.
I should get 100 points.
Give him
for
2
that.
points. He gets 2 points.
Dave,
Give him 2
that
points.
is
Wow. Wowie,
That is
wowie,
impressive.
wowzers.
Like
That is impressive.
We've never said building blocks
No,
on
he
this
literally,
podcast
it's like
before.
he's reading it from my Google Doc.
Are you reading it from her
Did I
Google
accidentally give you
Docs?
access?
Wow.
I feel like all the podcasts I listen to are finally paying off in this moment.
Wow.
Amazing.
Amazing.
So
I'm proud of myself. Thank
we're
you.
very proud
I
of
am
you. You're our
really-
best, you're
Thank
brightest student here.
Whoa.
Yes.
So atoms fit together with other atoms to make up matter. It takes a lot of atoms to make up anything. There are so many atoms in a single human body. We won't even try to write the number here, says www.ducksters.com, which is a science for kids website.
I've been to that website.
Have you? But Duckster's evasiveness piqued my interest, so I looked it up, and now I actually do know the answer. How many atoms are in the human body? Your final question.
Oh, wow.
How many atoms
But it's big.
are in the human body? Whoever gets closest.
Oh, wow. I think it's like, I mean, you guys.
It's bigger than 14.
It is bigger
It's
than 14.
infinity.
It's not infinity.
I will say, Lindsay, you have a number in your head because don't cheat off mine.
100 trillion.
I was going
Okay.
to say 1,000,000 trillion.
A million
Oh.
trillion.
Wait, I don't know who's right. I don't know. You both get a point. I'm not doing that math. It says 7 billion atoms, which is like something trillion atoms.
How many
They wrote
trillion?
seven. They wrote 7 billion, and I'll tell you how much a trillion is. Okay, if you guys can, if somebody wants to figure this out, go for it.
My mind is blown.
How many billions are in trillions?
1,000 billions are in 1 trillion.
Okay, 1,000 billions are in a trillion.
Uh-huh.
And then what? It's a billion.
It's 7 billion.
I can't.
I can't do
So
it.
that's like a billion of billions. So that's way bigger than trillions. But why didn't they just say trillions?
Right,
I don't know. I just
Maybe
don't know.
Maybe trillions is like colloquial. Like people don't really say trillions.
No,
They
it is.
end
It's
at
just
billion.
like the next 3-digit spaces over
Right.
from billion.
Wow. Well,
I don't know.
We need a
Well, tough way to
mathematician.
end this category.
Wow.
So, well,
Yeah.
you got a point out of it.
Wow.
Thank you.
I am very impressed. And if we were on that
Thank you.
dating game
Woo!
that you mentioned before, I mean, forget it. I'd be like, this guy
Yep.
He
knows his
his
chemistry.
atoms.
This is why I'm 2 out of 3 in winning the dating shows. I really know.
All right.
I really come in when it happens.
Let's talk about it.
Let's get into it. We're going to recess.
Yeah, let's go to recess.
Oh,
Let's-
this is recess.
Yes, let's
Okay.
talk about these dating shows. So, what dating shows were you on?
Let's talk about it. Are you familiar with Next on MTV?
Yeah,
Yes,
Tim,
our friend was on
Our
that
friend was
a
on
long
that as
time
well.
ago.
Yes,
He's very old.
A long time. This was my first year I moved out here.
wow.
I was on it, and my opening line was, "Hey, my name's Dave, and I'm a tutor. Math is tough, but sex ed always came easy to me."
Wow.
And that was my intro.
Wow.
And then, and this is on my Instagram too. You can watch it. Then I get off the bus. She spins this wheel, and she makes me dress up in a bear costume. So
Uh-huh.
I'm dressed head to toe in a bear costume. And then she makes me dance like a Russian bear because she was Russian. And then she nexted me. So I only got $11.
Ah, she nexted
Um,
you after you dance in a bear costume for her?
Wow, what a bitch.
And then I said, "I get too bad you'll never get to hear my beargasm." And then I did a beargasm.
What? Can you
But
demo that?
it
or-
was like, "Too bad she'll never get to hear my beargasm." Grr, grr, oh, grr, oh.
Oh.
That was the beargasm.
Grr.
My God.
Grr.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Incredible.
And then funny postscript to that story is, so being on Next at that time, this is like 2007, like I might as well have been in a Brad Pitt movie, according to my family. Like I had made it, like this was it.
Right.
So everyone knew I was shooting Next this
Oh,
day.
no.
We shot it in Griffith Park. And I had to go right from Next. They gave me a stretch limo. They gave everyone else taxis and me a stretch limo. They said, "You were the best." And they gave me a stretch limo. And so I had to go home, and then I had to go right. I was working as a host at the Stinking Rose.
Oh my God.
I love that
right to work.
place.
And it closed. I didn't even know. And then I got home and I went to bed. And so I neglected to talk to my mother. I wake up to a knock on my door. It's the police.
Doing a welfare check.
Doing a welfare. Meanwhile, there's marijuana on. So I open the door because I'm like, hello, and they're like, hi, the police, and I'm like, hang on a second. I close the door. I hide my bowl. And then come back, and then they say, you might want to hide that before you open the door next time.
Wow.
I said, good tip. And they said, call your mom. She was worried about it.
That's amazing.
Dave, I can't.
I was very upset.
This story is
That's great.
so great on so many levels.
It has it all.
You didn't expect the postscript.
No,
Yeah.
I love that.
Oh, your mother.
And then
Your mom
next
almost
was
got you
dating-
arrested for possession of marijuana.
I was so upset. And then she didn't feel bad about it. She was like, well, you should have called
call
me.
your
I was like,
mother.
you called the police.
Wow.
That's insane.
It's insane.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And amazing.
Second dating show was Dating in the Dark on ABC.
Oh.
And it's where there's 3 men, 3 women. They live in a house, but they only go on dates in the dark. And then you go on a number of dates. You sleep in the house for like 3 days. And then you pick who you want to see in the light. And then if you still like them, then you go on the date.
Right.
Wow.
So I had 2 girls pick me, and then it was up to me which one of them I wanted to choose, which was a very difficult situation to be in because I knew I was about to kind of embarrass one girl on national television.
Oh my God.
And I didn't feel good about that.
Yeah.
And I still see that girl is was big in the IO Improv Olympic scene, so I would see her. And we booked the same commercial once, and she was like, "Don't you think you would have been happy?" Like 5 years later, she was like, "Don't you think you would have been happier if you picked me? Like, don't you think we would have ended up together?" I was like, "Yeah, definitely."
That's incredible.
But I never saw the girl I picked again, and then so it's just kind of all fake.
Wow.
So did you go on the date with her?
No,
she didn't.
I never saw her again.
Huh?
I never saw her
they
again.
didn't
We
film
didn't
the
get
date.
numbers.
It was just like
No.
I see. Okay.
You filmed it because, to be fair, the thing is they cast you and then you don't shoot it for 3 months. I had a girlfriend.
Oh,
Right.
So I had gotten a girlfriend.
Yes.
But I was like, look, I'm doing the dating show.
Yeah.
She made me wait to have sex with her until after I did the dating show.
Fine.
Interesting. All right, that's fair.
Yeah, interesting tactic. And then the third one was called Perfect Score. This was on the CW. And this is where you have to, all the guys take this compatibility test. And then there's 2 girls. And the point is these 2 girls are trying to figure out which guy they're most compatible with. And the higher the compatibility, the higher amount of money they win.
Wow.
Up to $50,000. And there's 2 of them and 10 guys. So each round, we have to do something stupid, and they whittle someone down. So then they whittle all down to, if there's 3 guys, and I'm one of them, and then they each have to choose who they want to, and they both chose me. And then it was again up to who I was the most compatible with, so the one girl I was compatible with was worth $30,000.
Oh.
So she got $30,000. I only got $1,000 and a trip to the Montage Hotel.
Well, that's
Wow.
So
it's better
which
than nothing.
was amazing.
Yeah.
Yes, no. Well, it was each night at the Montage was $750, and
Wow.
each in Laguna Beach, and each room faces the ocean. It was
Oh,
amazing.
wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And again, I had a girlfriend during that time as well. So it worked out.
The serial monogamist that goes on all the dating shows.
I love
That's
it.
right. I
Oh
would
my
just start to get
God.
lonely enough to need a girlfriend during those times. So
That is
those were my dating shows.
Oh my God, that's great.
amazing. So
and you can tell all those stories on all your other first dates.
yes.
Yeah.
That's right. They are, and it makes me look good, you know. And,
Yeah, they all
so
wanted
it's
you.
like, oh. And my line in Dating in the Dark was like, look, I know I'm not the pinnacle of hotness, but I think my humor and my charm is really going to win the day. And at the end, the producers go, Dave, I think you really showed something, because there was a male model was
Right.
the other guy,
Right.
and but I won.
That's so funny.
Go me.
I love
Our
Yeah.
friend Tim was a producer on Next, and something happened where someone like bailed and they were
That's why
like,
he did it.
well,
That's right.
you're going to be the contestant and don't tell anyone that you work for the show. So he was just like drunk and obnoxious and really gross in his episode. And like we watched it recently and there was like a cancer joke. There was like a few like real bad dingers.
It's a problematic show.
We were like, woo, like you're going to be canceled immediately. Like canceled immediately.
Can't say it now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get back to school. Dave, you're killing it right now, okay?
I feel confident.
You have 9 points, all right? Kelly, you need to catch up. Kelly's not on the board yet.
How many points do I have?
You have 0.
Got it.
Ooh.
Yeah, and I have 4. So
But I feel like
threw you a
Lindsey,
couple bones.
You did. And Lindsey, haven't you had 2 times and she only won? Or
no,
is it equal?
only
Oh,
equal.
it's equal. Okay.
Okay, so in our little chat before we recorded, you said that you were obsessed with the Cold War.
In college.
In college.
Yes.
And so for history class today, we are going to play a game called Brr. It's a Cold War in here.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
We keep getting better.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I don't want to talk too much about the Cold War yet. I want to just get
Next
into
game.
the questions.
Okay.
This is going to be a pretty fast quiz. And I really just...
Not like the Cold War.
I really just wrote it because I need Dave to explain to us what the Cold War is. But we'll get there. Okay.
Right.
So
Okay, teacher.
First question. This is also
No. What was the Cold War?
You're gonna answer.
Whore.
You're gonna write down your answer, okay, and share it with the class. So my first question is very simple: who fought in the Cold War? It's very simple, you guys. Who fought in the Cold War?
I'm not even. Is it called fighting?
Well, why don't you keep that to yourself, okay? And we'll get to that.
Got it.
Okay.
Got it.
Who fought in the Cold War? Who participated in the Cold War? Who was
participated?
The Cold War between?
Right.
Any information you got? All right, I'm going to let Kelly go first because this is your wheelhouse.
I hope I'm right.
I believe it was called the Soviet Union at the time.
Very good. Very good.
America.
Very good.
And the Bay of Pigs.
Let's get rid of the Bay of Pigs for this question. But yes, that is correct.
That's the extent of my knowledge.
And then, Dave, do you want to give any more input in that? Do you have any other?
Do I want to? You mean like a Cold War backstory?
Do you want to tell us maybe who else participated or who? Do you know about the Warsaw Pact or anything like that?
I mean, to be fair, this was a class I enjoyed in college 15 years ago. So I haven't kept up with...
You're not an expert?
I just like it because it was full of spies.
Yeah.
And
yes.
it was... it was just kind of like spy.
That's fun.
And not a lot of people died. So, yeah.
Now, I'm going to give Dave a chance to get a little point here, too. Why did you say...
A mini point.
Can we even call it fighting?
Well, because the war, it wasn't really a war, right? It was like, it was kind of who's going to shoot off their nuclear weapon first. And it was, so the whole thing was kind of stopping a war, and everybody was a bunch of spying and like, what would you call it? More diplomatic. It was like espionage, like a more diplomatic conflict than it ever was an actual.
It was a long period of geopolitical tension.
Yes.
Geopolitical tension.
So there was no actual like fighting. There was there were no instruments or no weapons.
No instruments.
Wait, but did you know that?
I did know that.
I didn't know that. All right. I'm asking.
Quick side note, and I don't want to last this 5 hours. But I was just thinking about applying to grad school for international relations to become a diplomat, something that I thought would be very interesting.
Wow.
So I'm still considering it now, but I learned that in order to becoming a diplomat is harder than getting into Harvard. They said only 6% of the people who go out to be a diplomat, even after they go to the master's, will actually do it, because not only do you have to pass a test that's supposed to be very hard, then you have to pass a security test and a health test. So they're like, you could even be the smartest guy, and for some reason your security or your health. So I was like,
yeah, you've already told us that you used to smoke pot. You know what I mean?
That's
So
But he
over
knew carbon.
Minutes ago. Yeah.
He knew carbon.
He knew about carbon.
I did know carbon. And I had childhood asthma. So who knows if that could come up.
Oh, I did.
Right.
I asked you about the Warsaw Pact. So the Cold War was fought between the United States and the NATO alliance. And then the Soviet Union was on the other side, and the Warsaw Pact, which was like Albania, Bulgaria, Czechoslovakia, East Germany, Hungary, Poland, Romania, Soviet Union. They were all on one side.
Wow.
Interesting.
I didn't know it was all those people.
I forgot it. Yeah.
Kelly.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you this question.
Okay, now we're going back and forth.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
What year was the Cold War?
1962.
Oh, that's a great guess. That's incorrect. Dave, do you know what year it started, or about what year it started?
I'm going to say
85. 74.
73.
No, you guys.
47 to 78.
It started in 46.
Oh.
It started in
Wow.
46. It kind of was a result of World War
Two.
II. So basically, it came out of World War II.
They're like, we don't want another war again.
Right. And
And
then
we don't like
Why
you.
did I think Reagan was involved? But I guess
Because of
I
the Bay
think
of
Reagan was
Pigs.
involved.
it officially
Right? Wasn't
ended.
that, like, later?
It officially ended in 1991 with the collapse
So
of the Soviet
okay.
Union.
So people were talking about it that whole time.
It was like the longest sitch.
The longest non-war.
Okay, so skip that question.
No point.
Now, you mentioned the Bay of Pigs.
Yeah,
okay?
that was in the 60s, though, wasn't it?
Yes.
So there were all these
Isn't that like Kennedy?
there were all these proxy wars that were part of the Cold War.
Right.
Okay. So can you name the deadliest proxy war during the Cold War where over 3.5 million people were killed?
So it's a proxy war, meaning like it's related, but it's not direct. It's not like
A proxy war is an armed conflict between two states or non-state actors which act on the instigation or on behalf of the other parties, but they're not actually directly involved in what is happening.
Okay.
What do you think this is for both of you guys.
Oh, okay.
The deadliest proxy war during the Cold War was blank.
So during that time,
3.5 million people were killed.
And it's like got a name. It's like this war.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
It's got a name.
it has a name.
It has a name. First person to yell it out.
Right.
First person to yell it
Well,
out.
Okay. The Vietnam War.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
nice.
I'm like, it doesn't seem related, but I guess it all
Right.
was.
Yes.
So.
The Vietnam
Right.
War.
Good job.
Very,
Good job.
very good.
Wow, okay.
So
How?
people that no one died from the actual Cold War, but all of these proxy wars were going on.
Okay.
And
Right.
more than 11 million
Communism.
people were killed throughout all the various proxy wars fought by the U.S. and the
Okay.
Soviet Union at the time.
Wow. All right.
All right, last
You
question.
guys put a lot of research into this.
Wow. It's just copy and paste.
You're doing
Well done.
great.
and
You're
a
doing
little
great.
creativity.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Last question.
Okay.
Why is it called the Cold War?
Like when someone gives you the cold shoulder.
Right.
Okay.
Like, I'm not even talking to you. I'm gonna talk behind your back,
Oh.
but I'm not gonna talk to
So
you.
what does it have to do with the war, though?
Because,
I remember being told this. I don't know it off the top of my head. I have two thoughts.
because you get sent
Is
to
this- are we-
Siberia.
You can answer, Dave.
Both of these are probably wrong. One is perhaps because it's avoiding a nuclear winter or something in that regard, or two, because it never escalated.
I'm going to give you a point for never escalated because a hot war is when there's fire between
That makes sense. Yeah.
things, and a cold war, like nothing really happens from that actual geopolitical
There's no
tension.
fire.
Now,
No
extra
ammunition
credit.
was fired.
Extra credit. Can you tell me which famous English writer who coined the term the Cold War?
A famous English writer.
1945. 1945.
I don't know anybody.
He wrote an essay.
I'm dumb.
It was
I don't
Charles
read.
Dickens.
It was George Orwell. George Orwell.
Orwell. 1984.
Dickens was the only, I was like Dickens or Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Yep.
Orwell. That makes
Yeah.
I don't think I knew he was British.
You know, I was.
I thought he actually was American.
Do you know that during that time we were just like flying around with weapons just to like show everyone our big dick? Like that's basically what this war was. It was the race to the moon was part of it.
Right.
Who's got the nuclear weapons, nuclear. And they were just like
fake news.
flying it around, swinging their dicks. That's the Cold War, you guys.
All right, kids. Last class of the day. Here we go.
Right.
We're almost there.
Woo!
This class is called The Greatest Show on Earth.
Yes, which is our podcast, obviously.
Of course.
Obviously.
Also, the circus. So, you were in a circus, Dave.
Yes.
We heard all about your circus days.
You were in the traveling circus, but you didn't travel.
Yeah.
You were in the
travel.
local Lansing. So, all right, let's go back and forth here. Lindsay, I'm going to ask this question to you just because I know you love to talk about presidents.
Love it.
So, number one, the first circuses in America were actually European, and they were very small. Although circus arts are ancient and transnational in origin, the modern circus was born in England during the 1770s when Philip Astley, I'm giving you a little backstory, a cavalryman and veteran of the 7 Years' War, brought circus elements like acrobats, riding, and clowning together in a ring at his riding school near Westminster Bridge in London, who also fought in the 7 Years' War and then became the first American president to witness the very first circus in America. Was it A, George Washington, B, John Adams, or C, Thomas Jefferson?
Okay.
So, this guy, the guy who started circuses, Philip Astley,
yes.
British guy in the 7 Years' War.
Yes.
Okay.
Who
Then someone from America who
was
wasn't a
also in
president
the
at the
7
time,
Years'
but
War.
he also fought in the 7 Years' War. Then, when he was president, he witnessed the first American circus.
Wow.
And then, wait, remind me what the 7-Year War was?
No, we're not doing that.
Okay, got it.
Wrong show.
Not in my notes. Not in my notes. Actually,
Got
I
it.
may have written it. I did write it.
She wrote it.
That's our extra credit question. Look
Okay,
at you.
so
Okay, well, we'll save
George
it then. We'll save
Washington, Sam Adams.
John Adams.
John
Sam Adams
Adams.
disappeared.
Sam Adams.
Although maybe he was a. He's
I
probably
think
a
there's
person.
also a Sam
Yeah,
Adams.
but was he a president?
Heineken.
He was not. He was like a cousin.
Okay.
John Adams, Washington.
Or Jefferson?
Oh,
Jefferson.
it's obviously Jefferson, right?
Would you like to steal, Dave? Would you like to steal? You are incorrect.
Are you? Is there a
Lindsay.
writer? Or did you? Is it? Is,
So
are
it's
you
not
saying if that's right or
Thomas
wrong?
Jefferson. It's not Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, then I would. Okay,
So
actually, Lynn, that was going to be my guess too. So I'll say Adams.
No, guys, it was
Wow.
George motherfucking Washington. He saw the first circus. He was the first president.
Wow.
He saw it overseas.
No, he saw the first American circus when they brought
Oh,
it.
I thought you said he saw it twice.
Oh. He also knew
That's what threw me off.
Oh, I
Alexander
see.
Hamilton.
Yeah, it
I
wasn't
just
him.
watched that
It wasn't
2
him.
nights ago.
It's really good.
Okay. Extra credit, guys. Either of you can answer this. What was the 7 Years' War? Any
This
guesses?
was in
What year?
This was in America or overseas?
Who fought it? It was a global global conflict, which ran from 1756 until 1763.
Ooh. It was France and Spain and America, and they were fighting over land.
I love Lindsay's answers. They're always like that. She just names some countries that she's heard of and then says it was because of land. I mean, it usually is land, right?
It's
I mean,
a good guess.
It's about land,
It's a good guess.
especially in those days.
a really good guess.
It's always about the land.
So you said France and Spain, they were together or they were fighting each other?
They are in cahoots.
France and Spain in cahoots?
Against the United States, which wasn't a country yet, so we don't know what we called them.
Okay.
And they were fighting over land.
Land where?
Colonies and stuff.
So America.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Also,
do
some
you have
in
a guess?
England, some conflicts in England, too.
Some other conflicts,
Yeah.
just a few like extra
there's some other
proxy
ones.
wars. Yeah.
I mean, I don't have much to add. That seems pretty close to what I would say.
Okay. Lindsay, you were right with France.
France was involved. I knew it.
Yeah, and it was about the colonies.
I knew it!
Or it was about North America. So you get a point.
Thank you.
That was really good. So
You're welcome, everybody.
the war
Great
escalated
job.
from a regional conflict between Great Britain and France in North America. So it was
they were fighting
yeah.
over the
So the reason
colonies.
it's like important to our national history is because like basically Great Britain won. And that's why we speak English. You know what I mean? But like France
Thank
had
God.
all these colonies. They had Canada, da. So
They had New Orleans.
yes,
tried to
exactly.
learn
And
French
and
and
it
I
was
just
the
couldn't.
7 Years
Yeah.
War that kicked France basically out of America.
Good.
There you go.
Good riddance.
I mean,
Though then they helped us win the Revolutionary War.
Just
So
kidding. We
you
love
can't say
them
good riddance.
also.
that's true. Right.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
We just did a thing about the Statue of
Alexander
Liberty.
Hamilton.
All right, number 2.
I'll never be satisfied.
Let's see.
I'll never be satisfied.
Yeah,
Sorry.
song break? No, go ahead.
No.
Do
go
your
ahead,
thing.
please.
All right, Dave. This is your question.
Yeah.
In 1825, Joshua Purdy Brown, a showman born in Somers, New York, Summers? I don't know, put a distinctly American stamp on the circus tent. Hey, what's the big idea? What's the reason for the tent? See? Was it A, to protect the performers from inclement weather? B, to keep out evangelical prying and judging eyes? Or C, the animals freaked out less in a more enclosed space, and after the tragic 1825 elephant trampling incident in the Poconos that killed 11 spectators, they didn't want to take any chances.
Wow.
Wow. Now, is that just a rule that you would do the longest one as a fake?
Ah.
Or, wow.
Ah.
I'm going to say weather.
That is incorrect. Lindsay, do you want to steal?
I'm going evangelical.
That is correct.
Woo!
In the midst
I want
of
to get a point that just knowing that you faked it. You faked the long answer.
in the midst of the evangelical Second Great Awakening, apparently it was called, an era of religious revivalism and social reform, city leaders in Wilmington, Delaware banned public amusements from the city. But this Purdy Brown guy, this circus guy, stumbled upon this during his tour and had to think fast to outwit local authorities. So he erected a canvas pavilion circus just outside the city limits. Brown's adoption of the canvas tent revolutionized the American circus, cementing its identity as an itinerant form of entertainment.
I like it.
Beautiful.
There it is.
Entertainment. Lindsay, number 3.
Fun.
It was which invention that was the single most important catalyst for making the circus truly American? So after the tent, what's the most important invention? A, the Conestoga wagon.
Ooh.
B, the steam engine. Or C, the
Ooh.
telephone.
The steam
Want to go to the circus?
engine?
Yes, it's the steam engine. Very good.
Can you explain
just
that?
well, they could just travel much more efficiently.
Oh, interesting.
Just weeks after the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad in May 1869, Wisconsin showman Dan Costello took his circus, including 2 elephants and 2 camels, from Omaha to California on the new railroad. traveling seamlessly on a newly standardized track and gauge, that his season was immensely profitable.
Cute. I was going to say like guns and fire, but that wasn't an option.
No.
Like making it
That was
truly
invented
American,
before.
right?
That would make it more American, exactly. Shooting everyone at the end.
Just shooting everyone and then just like lighting everything on fire.
Yes.
One person has to die.
Yeah.
Extra credit for either one of you. It was not until the 18th century in Britain that the steam engine began to change not only the face of industry, but humanity's relationship to work and society. But the idea for the steam engine is quite old. When and where was the first recorded steam engine invented?
Oh. What year?
So it was the one that we know of today was in the 18th century. But this is like a more ancient one. When was the first recorded steam engine and where?
Wait, when?
When
we
and
have to give
where?
a year?
Well, in-ish.
Like, ish. Okay. You said the 18th century was the first one, and that was in America?
That was in Britain.
Oh, so this is probably not in Britain.
But this is like this is like going back in time. You know how like the camera was originally.
I'm going ancient Greece.
Good guess.
Just
Dave, do you have a guess?
Okay, I'll say Rome.
Wow. It was actually in Egypt.
Ooh.
As early as 200 BC.
Wow.
Well, this is the thing. They were very Greek back then. Greek and Egypt, I believe, were extremely linked at that time. Like a lot of Greeks, maybe like Greek or maybe Egypt was like, I don't know. There was a lot of communication between those two areas. So I feel like at that time they were sort of Greeks, but I'm not going to give you a point.
Good.
But his name was Hero. And I just think that was probably Greek. And it was called Pneumatica. As early as 200 BC in his Pneumatica, some kind of text, I guess, Hero of Alexandria described a device called an aeolipile, considered to be the first recorded steam engine. You know what? I'm going to look him up. If he's Greek, you get a point.
Okay.
Oh, wow. I'm glad we're getting technical.
I'm okay with
just
not
take half a point.
Taking half.
She gets half the point.
She gets half a
point.
point.
Half a point.
A little point.
Taking half a point.
Good job. All right. Let's go back to David. All right. So one of the biggest circuses was P.T. Barnum's circus, right? We've all heard of P.T. Barnum. It was the biggest show in town, but there were lots of rivals. And Barnum's biggest rival was James A. Bailey.
Ooh,
have you heard of him?
Yeah.
Huh? And in 1880, they merged their operations to become Barnum and Bailey.
Wow.
After being, so James A. Bailey basically bought out Barnum and took over. I mean, they merged, but I think he was like moneybags. And so he decided to merge with Barnum after he saw something that he was so thoroughly impressed by at Barnum's winter quarters for the circus in Philadelphia. So what event happened at the winter quarters that impressed Bailey so much that he was like, I need to work with this guy. I got to get in on this circus. We got to go as a team. Was it A, the birth of the very first elephant ever in captivity? Was it B, the marriage of two conjoined twins in Barnum Circus to two less prominent but still important Rockefeller brothers?
Wow.
Or was it C, a mouse riding on top of a dog, riding on top of a mini horse, riding on top of a regular sized horse, riding on top of an elephant?
Wow.
I couldn't believe that happened.
Wow.
Fun fact, one of my first jobs out here, I worked as a publicist, and Barnum and Bailey Circus was my client.
Wow.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
You
I
have
got
an
to go and see
advantage.
the elephants. I visited the train, the whole thing. I will say A.
That is correct. The birth of the first elephant in captivity.
David. Brilliant.
I think I knew that.
Amazing.
Brilliant.
I wouldn't have known that until you said it. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Okay, let's go.
I'm impressed with myself.
No, that was
you
great.
knew
No,
some
he's
really tough
cleaning
shit
up. I'm
this-
actually a little
yeah.
upset.
Yeah.
All right.
It's annoying.
Yeah, sorry.
It's
Sorry.
annoying.
Sorry.
But
Sorry,
he
I'm
wins.
so
Sorry.
He
smart.
wins every dating game. He wins all the
I
games.
know.
You
It's
should
a
play
really...
the lottery.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, listen.
You're America's sweetheart.
I'm sure if we compared bookings, I'd lose. So that you will always have
I don't know about that. All right, Lindsey, number 5.
Yes.
Okay, so Bailey did this huge tour in Europe. He booked this 5-year tour because he's like, circus is getting so huge over here. They're ready for us. We're going over to Europe with this huge. So they took it from when it first started, it was super small, and then Barnum and Bailey did the most incredible, crazy, huge shows. It got bigger and bigger and bigger. 3 rings, all this other stuff. So Bailey's European tour was a spectacular success, but when he got back to the U.S. in early 1902, he was bitterly upset to discover that what had happened while he was gone. Was it A, that his wife and daughter had been killed in an automobile accident? Was it B, that Theodore Roosevelt had become president upon the assassination of William McKinley, and he quite famously hated Teddy Roosevelt more than anything in the entire world? Or was it C, that upstart Ringling Brothers now controlled the American circus market?
Well, that's my instinct. Although, I love a Roosevelt.
We love a Roosevelt.
But I'm going to go
He was not the one in Annie.
I'm going to go with the Ringling Brothers. The Ringling.
That is correct.
Yes.
That is correct.
What a bitch.
All right. And then, Dave,
Very good.
I think you're going to know this. Last question. When Bailey died unexpectedly in 1906 and the panic of 1907 sent financial markets crashing, the Ringlings were able to buy his entire circus for less than $500,000. They ran the 2 circuses separately until when?
I don't know. Well, I was like, oh, wait, did I represent Ringling Brothers? But then I remembered, it was called Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey
It's
Circus.
all of them. They all, yeah.
Right, it's all of them. So when would they have... No.
When were they...
There's
Right,
no
so when were...
choices.
So they were separate and then they merged.
Right.
What year did they come together and stay together? Was it... I'll give you an A, B, and C.
Oh, okay.
Was it A, 1976? Was it B, 1919? Or was it C, 1933, which was the year that FDR was elected, just for all our FDR heads out there?
Interesting.
I'm going to go with the middle, 33.
That is incorrect.
Oh.
Lindsey, would you like to steal?
Is it 76?
Or 1919?
Is it
76?
76?
No, it was 1919. So they consolidated the 2. They had the 2 circuses separate. Excuse me. And then they consolidated it because of World War I, which limited the number of railroad engines that they could use. So they're like, well, we just have to keep
join
it small.
forces.
Yeah, join forces. But then they just made so much money. They're like, this just makes more sense. And so they kept it together.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, and then very last question, extra credit. What year did the Ringling Brothers Barnum and Bailey Circus finally close?
I feel like it was
first one to yell it out. When did you lose your job, Dave?
2015.
Right. I think it was I want to say 2010, 11?
2015?
No, it was 2017.
Wow.
17.
Yeah, not that
Wow.
long ago.
No more abusing those animals.
And that's one of the main
No,
reasons
you
they
can't do
closed.
it.
Can't
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
Can't do it,
Yeah.
Ring Apple Circus.
Ring Apple.
Ring Apple.
Wow. Well,
All right, guys.
I tell
Wow.
you what, I didn't know that they were all the same thing now. That's incredible. And
They
to,
became
you
a
learned
monopoly.
something today.
and to know that you worked, they were your client is so weird, Dave.
Amazing.
That I was a clown, and then they were my client.
This
Your
was a
whole
very
life.
appropriate show for you.
Your whole
Yes.
life just goes
Thank
full
you.
circle. Well, listen,
Yes.
that's our show. Marsha's in here. She's going to tally up the
All right,
points.
tell us
and
tell
we're
us the
gonna
damage,
find
Marsha.
out what the winner is and who the winner is.
What
is
is
the
he?
winner? Is he a carbon-based
What
life
is
form?
he? Right.
Is he an ion
Woo!
with the mitochondria?
Is his atoms elastic? Right.
Positive or negatively charged? I don't
Bro.
know.
Woo!
All
I
right.
don't know.
This is big news, you guys.
Big news,
Okay,
big
so
news.
I'm going to start.
Do-do-do-do.
So, Dave,
Okay.
how we do it on this show is we take your points, and because you played all the games
Okay.
and we only played half, we add ours
Oh,
together.
right.
And then we see what the scores are. So,
Okay.
Dave, you have 12
Oh my
points.
god.
All right.
Does that break any kind of records?
I mean, you did really fucking good.
So no.
You did really
Okay.
good. You
But you
didn't
did
break
well.
any records, but you did really good.
We don't
wow.
actually know what the record is.
Now,
We're not really
Kelly.
keeping
Right.
track.
Kelly had a good game last
knows.
episode, but this was not.
Not the same.
No, you got 2 points, but that's okay.
It's tough categories. Tough categories.
That's okay.
Not a magician, so sue me.
And I have 8.5. So
Whore.
if we're going to do a little math.
Okay.
If we do 8.5
Uh-huh.
plus 2, that's 10.5. Now, Kelly,
job.
is that less points or more points than David's 12?
Wow. You're wasting airtime to ask me
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's bigger?
An addition question.
How many is bigger? How many is this?
I think that the crocodile mouth opens up to
The 12?
12 to Dave's points.
Meaning
'Cause
it's greater.
Greater than the smaller number, which is our points. 10.
Yes, which means
This is what-
Dave is our winner.
Thank you.
Woo!
Thank you.
Oh,
wow.
Soak it up.
Wow.
Soak it in.
Soak it up.
Oh, it feels good. It feels good to win.
As our winner, you get to do 2 things.
Yeah.
First, you have to look us in the eye and tell us, fuck you, I'm smarter. And then you have to give us a valedictorian speech. It can be whatever you want. So just like tell us what it's like to be a winner.
To be better.
Yeah, to be better than all of us.
To be best.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do I say? Fuck you, I'm smarter. Okay. Fuck you, I'm smarter.
I liked that. That felt good.
And then
right?
yeah. Thank you. I
He's
just
prepared.
I didn't expect this, but I want to thank my parents who always said that you can be as smart as you want to be. I want to prove that you don't have to read books to understand things. And that a documentary and a good podcast is worth 1,000 books. Thank you and good night.
Yay!
Awesome. Beautiful. So Dave,
Thank
who
you.
doesn't read,
He
apparently.
doesn't read.
Thank you so much for doing our
Thank you.
show. You did amazing.
You
This
were
was
so
really
smart.
Fun.
Thank
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun.
Plug
Thanks,
all your
guys.
plugs.
Yeah. Where can we find you? Where can we follow you?
Let's see. TikTok is David Abed 2. You can see the spelling behind you guys. ABED is Abed.
And
Instagram
we'll
is
post it.
Dave Abed.
Mhm.
And those are the main places.
Great.
All right, great.
Besides that, you can just see me around town in
Cool.
Silver Lake. Please say hi. I got recognized at a restaurant for my mom video,
Oh my
so that was
God.
exciting.
That's
so cute.
fun.
I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
All right.
So the more I can get recognized.
And when's
Yeah.
your next dating show coming out?
Well, boy, wouldn't I like to know?
Well, you can follow us at Kelly and Lindsey. You can go to YouTube and you could look up Fuck You, I'm Smarter or Kelly and Lindsey, and you could subscribe there and watch our videos there. Anything else, Kells Bells?
No, I mean, you pretty much covered all the bases.
Rate, review, subscribe, tell your friends, and we'll see you next week.
I am. We'll tell you how our 4th of July was.
Well, we already know it was great.
Bye.
Bye.
Fuck you, I'm smarter.